far end, Dalton Banks. Dalton today, 14 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. In the middle, Miles Foster, 8 points, game high, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. And on the far end over here, Kendall Lewis, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. We'll take questions for the groups.
Oh, yeah. Got you. Yes, sir.
To you, Kendall. So prior to this game, you had an 8.1 points per game, which was the lowest since your rookie year. And after your Murray State game, we predicted that you were going to have a big game. And I'll say we were right. Big rebounds there, big points, and not only just big points, but important points. The and one that came right before the comeback in the second half there. How does it feel to really have that major impact for your team and perform well?
Oh, yeah. First of all, I appreciate y'all predicting that for me. It was good juju. I always need it. But it's big. Like I said last time, I just try to do my part, trying to do my role better every game, trying to improve, watching film, see what I can do better, and it's not the point. I mean, the points are just coming just because I'm being in the right spots at the right time. I'm not looking for places I can score more. I'm just trying to be in the right places at the right time to help my teammates.
Dalton, can you talk a little bit about your guys' ability to defend without fouling, especially these last 3 games?
Yeah, and I think that's been a huge emphasized point for us. It's huge. I think after St. Louis, we got a little bit of a reality check, on how to guard and how to be disciplined without fouling, and it's something we've worked at every day in practice, and I think it's great to see some of the carry over among other things for us. So it's a huge key to winning. These guys get to the free throw line, and we were able to, for the most part, take care of that. So it's big time for us.
And then Miles, you guys, it seemed like it was tough to get the ball in the paint early in the game. You stuck with that game plan though through the second half. What made you successful in the paint tonight?
Just constant movement. They played a weird little zone, and it was kind of tough for us to figure it out at first. But like offensive boards and just the guards being aggressive and having the defense lift up and then dumping it down, like just being in the right spots. Like I said, just working together as an offense.
Yeah, for me, I think definitely, kind of like Kendall said, it was a weird matchup zone. So me already, I felt like personally I've been struggling already, like offensively. So kind of just to have that thrown out there was kind of weird. But I think as the game got on, we knew it was going to be a grind, and we just made different adjustments, tried to make different looks. And the ball has a funny way of finding people with the right energy. So we just tried to go out there and play hard, try and get second chance points. And then once we figured out a groove, we were able to get a lead down the stretch.
Miles, what was the key to you guys rebounding as well as you did?
Well, in all zones, it's always hard to rebound. So on the defensive side, so I guess that was a point of emphasis on offense. We were going to get good looks, you're going to get a lot of open shots, but to try and give our team second chance points, we got to crash hard just to give ourselves the best chance.
Dalton, with a little over 2 minutes to go, I think the ball came out to you about 25 feet away. Shot clock was going down, but there was still a little bit of time. Did you think about trying to do something else, or did you think it was too late you just needed to launch that one?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm glad that went in because that would have been rough tape for tomorrow. But I think that was just one of those white moments where I felt good. I don't even think I realized how far I was away, but I just stepping up and making a play. Like these two talked about, I think their matchup zone was really weird. Obviously you can see with the amount of turnovers we had today, but they did a good job of keeping us out of the paint, keeping guards on the perimeter. But it comes down to sometimes you just got to make a play, and I'm fortunate enough for my teammates to keep me up even when I struggled early. To have the confidence to shoot a shot like that.
Northern Kentucky played some incredibly aggressive defense. Like they were full court pressing off the jump. It seemed incredibly aggressive. How are you guys able to get around that and still manage to make those passing plays that get you wide open and shoot some threes?
I really credit Coach P. I think he did a great job of helping us stay the course. Because we did, myself included, we had a lot of bad plays, turnovers that we just shouldn't have. But I think as a leader, he did an incredible job of keeping our heads level and making sure we were ready to get on to the next play.
I think when a zone like that, especially like you said, like really aggressive, there's no little like gray area. It's either black or white. You got to either attack, be aggressive, or stop and pull out and try and get something good. I feel like when you kind of play kind of timid, that's what they're trying to aim towards. That's where they get those kind of lollipop passes, turnovers, and and kind of you just got to either go or you got to pull it out and try and get something good. So I feel like either just black and white, no real gray area.
Kendall, what does winning some of these close games early in the season do for you guys, especially after
Yeah.
a lot of them didn't go your way last year?
Yeah, it's definitely a morale boost for the team, and just shows where we are and how gritty we are, and it's just it gives confidence to me, and I know it gives confidence to the guys and the coaching staff, and knowing that what we're doing is working, and that our principles and our everything we've been working on is true, and we can have more confidence behind it as the season goes on.
To me, it seems like you guys out-hustle the defense a lot, and you guys pretty much out-hustle the team in general. So what kind of gives you guys an extra push at the end of the games to make those plays like you did?
Just feeding off of each other, just knowing the next guy's going to hustle as hard as we are, so I can't let my teammates down. So I got to keep going. We got to win the game. For the fans, for us, for everybody. It's a lot.
It's definitely a point of emphasis in practice. Coach Peterson always talks about competing in practice. You know, there's a winner and loser in everything. That's just life. So we do all the drills we have in practice, a winner or loser, losers run. So we kind of got that dog mentality. He's kind of instilled that us since June, since we've been here. So just compete. He'll give you a rest when you can. You get back in, compete, because that's what's going to be when these games start rolling in real quick. So
I think to add to that too, I want to make sure that, we give a shout out to the fans, the student section. We truly feed off that, and what we're trying to do here at ISU, it takes a family, and I truly feel like, when we have the crowd behind us, making noise, helping us on those runs, like this place is special, and I'm really appreciative that the people came out tonight and showed love, and we're rowdy and loud, and we're trying to keep this thing moving, and they're a huge piece in that.
And just like the little talking y'all do, the little talking the fans do, like when we taking it out, like the list be the little stuff. Like they hear that stuff and it's in their head, and that little stuff works, and we hear it and it boosts us sometimes. We just love it and always appreciate it, always.
Specifically the student support, what did it mean to see that turnout from the student section tonight?
Yeah, it was great. It was, by far the best student section of, the season so far, and like I said, we need them. We need them to get this thing rolling, and I hope they have fun too. I hope they have fun at games like this and want to come back and feel part of this, because they are, and they're such a huge piece of that. And like I said, I can't say thanks enough, and we need them.
just to even piggyback on that, I mean, you guys see what's going on with the Valley. Like, everybody's good. There's going to be a lot more games like that throughout the rest of the season. It's going to take everybody. It's going to take the fans. It's going to take us. It's going to take the staff. There's going to be a lot of close games like that. So even that, just building a home atmosphere like that, just gives us that much more of a confidence boost and such more of an edge that we're trying to build here. So
For sure.
Kendall, you got the experience last year, but how excited are you for that atmosphere coming Saturday?
I'm just ready for the new guys to experience it, because it's just nothing like it. It's all the fans, and that's what I'm looking for, seeing everybody there and just feeling the energy. I can feel it now. I'm ready.
Anybody else? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Today, can you tell us your thoughts, and we'll get questions?
Yeah, first of all, I have a lot of respect for Northern Kentucky. Darren Horn is a friend. He's been in the business a long time, a guy that I've respected and admired for a long time. And they have a tremendous program. They've been to the tournament multiple times, I think 2 out of the last 4 years. And it's a winning program, a program that's accustomed to winning. So for us coming into this game, this I felt would be somewhat of a barometer. We played Wright State a few weeks ago, who I think will compete for championship in that same league. And we probably didn't respond the way that we needed to in the midst of that game. And when you play really good teams, you got to stay the course. You can't flinch. You got to be physically and mentally tough, and then you got to adjust in game. And our players, I give our players great credit. They did. I was really proud of them tonight, and it was a very hard-fought win, and one that we definitely had to earn over the course of 40 minutes. So I think a lot of good things to build on. Enjoy it tonight, and come back tomorrow with a really hungry and humble approach.
Ryan, what challenges did their quickness give you?
Well, I think it was the speed, to be honest. I think they're quick, but I think the speed up and down the court, the way the pace that they play with, a 94 feet approach after makes and misses. It's hard to simulate that in practice, and it's hard to simulate that just through film until you get out there. You can get a feel for it pretty quickly. And unfortunately, we learned the hard way there. After the first 4 minutes, we came to the first media. I think they had maybe 6 or 8 points in transition. And, in some ways, maybe that's a good thing because when you get burned early, you learn your lessons and then hopefully adjust. And they're a really talented team. They present a lot of issues and problems on both sides of the ball. And they got 2 tremendous offensive players that carry the load for them. So I was proud of our guys. And, we had some guys tonight individually that maybe didn't play their best on the offensive side, but were strong enough mentally to stay the course, right? Put up on the board at halftime, go the distance. And I realized for, a certain generation that's probably stealing a line from Field of Dreams, but I wrote go the distance, and I said I think we're going to have this is the type of game that we're going to have to go the distance. It's going to take us being really, really tough and gritty, and I think that's what we had to be to win tonight. A very physical game and very fast-paced game. So, I was pleased with that.
Coach, the last 3 games, just 36 total fouls for you guys. How big an emphasis has been defending without fouling?
Well, it has. It's been a huge emphasis. That was an issue early on in the season for us. I think we've adjusted well. And again, that's something you have to earn every night. It's not like the referees are just not going to call fouls. You got to have great technique. You have to understand and appreciate how important that is. And I think we present some physicality from a defensive standpoint that maybe we didn't have last year, inside and on the perimeter. And I think what you're seeing is guys' habits improving, and their technique has been a big reason for that.
What did you see as the key to your rebounding success?
Well, I think it was 2 guys. Well, I shouldn't say 2, 3 guys really. I thought Miles Foster and Kendall Lewis brought an entirely different dynamic to the game in the second half. The way they pursued rebounds. And then I'm going to put Darius Burford in there, too. He had 4 offensive rebounds. I didn't realize it was 4 until I saw that after the game. But, 4 offensive rebounds for a guard. And I think quite possibly the biggest basket of the night was his putback there with, seemed like it was a minute or 2 to go. He made some great effort plays. And Miles and Kendall, I was doing everything I could to get them appropriate rest, but I could really feel the momentum shifting there through their efforts in the second half, and I did everything I could to try to keep them fresh down the stretch. But, yeah, it was a team effort, total team effort, and I was proud of Dalton Banks. He had 7 turnovers tonight. I don't know if he's had 7 turnovers the last 3 weeks in practice. And he stayed the course. He went the distance. He didn't flinch, and the game paid him back, right? He made 2 big baskets in the last 4 minutes that helped his team win the game, and he was tremendous defensively down the stretch. So he battled through some twists and turns there and throughout the game, and give Northern Kentucky credit for that. Their defenses, they turn people over at a high rate, top 30 or 40 in the country in terms of forcing turnovers. And you play them, you better be able to withstand some of those and keep moving.
Kendall obviously impacts the game in a lot of ways, but to see him scoring the ball as effectively as he has,
Yeah.
what does that do for your team?
Yeah, it does a lot for our team. Kendall is 15 and 6 there. He's just so active. Kendall his motor is one of the best I've ever coached, and I love that he's on our team. He impacts the game in a lot of ways. Tonight in the paint, he had a beautiful transition finish, offensive and defensive rebounding, and then his ability to switch on the defensive end is high level. So, we don't win this game without any of those guys really, but Kendall is certainly, he was a real difference maker tonight, and as was Miles, and I'd say Darius on the glass too. So, yeah, team effort.
Coach, 14 assists to turnover today. I think it was 18-10 against Murray State. To see those numbers improving the way they are,
Yeah.
what we saw early in the year, how important is that?
It's really important. You know, we had 10, I think we had 10 assists in the first half. I was, in the second half, I think we would have had more. We missed a lot of good looks. I thought I was really pleased with our quality of shot. I thought our quality of shot in the second half improved as the game went on. And we were missing open looks. So we come to timeouts, and you can imagine guys are breathing heavy, and we're fighting through, and we were down 7, I think, at one point. And to be honest, we missed probably at that point 4 or 5 like really good looks that I was really happy about. And if you're getting good looks against that zone, you're going to live with that. 14 turnovers. If you'd have told me before the game, I would have said I would take that, because that's you know, that's less than they're forcing on an average night. And yeah, so that was good. That was good. I think that was a good thing, and our assist numbers will hopefully continue to rise.
Obviously, with the zone you're playing tonight, playing against tonight, you're getting good open three-point shots. You stay committed to that shot throughout the game, despite it not falling all the time. Is that something you look to do in the future as well?
Is shooting threes? Yeah, for sure. We want to be able to play inside out, but we got some guys that can really stroke it. And I think you know, a guy like Malachi Poindexter maybe hadn't found his groove, like I know he's capable of, and he will. He will. I felt like tonight was going to be his night, and he had a couple that just lipped out, and I want him to keep shooting that. So I want our guys playing with great confidence, and I think there's been some real offensive improvement here in the last 2.5 weeks, and we got a long way to go, but we got to continue to improve and get better in those areas.
Before we go, can you talk about the importance of a game like we're going to have on Saturday inside Horton Field?
Yeah, for sure. So a really special game. I talked to our team about this after the game. A really important game for our program and our community, being able to go back to Horton Fieldhouse. And Horton Fieldhouse is a special place. I've learned this in a very short time. It's a special place to a lot of people. That's not just players and former coaches, administrators, but it's very important to people of this town and in this community who grew up watching games in Horton Fieldhouse. And, you know, it's a very special day. For those that were there last year, I think you'll agree the return to Horton is a special, special day, and that's something that we take very seriously in our program. And I want to encourage everybody in our town and in our region, if you don't have a ticket, buy one, because it is going to be an experience you'll never forget, and the environment is rocking. The heat will be turned up. I remember sweating through my suit last year. The echoes that come off of the old field house turns back the clock like you're in the 1950s, and I love that. So we have leaned into Horton Fieldhouse and the return to Horton at a high level, and our aim is to make a lot of people proud that afternoon.
Ryan, I'm guessing after last year's game that I would guess somebody probably came to you and say, would you like to do that again? I mean, you obviously could have said that was fun, but let's just keep them all over here. But you obviously wanted to do that.
Yeah, of course, I definitely support it, but that's above my level, and I give all credit to Jerry Beggs on that, and the support from our administration, Paul Cabas and President Tarhuli, who supports it. And there's a lot of logistics that go into that, and the people that make that possible, guys like Dave Willard, who really puts forth a lot of effort, Paul Crawford and Mark Martindale and Alex Kane, all the logistics that go into making that such a special day, our whole entire marketing team and all the plans that they have. It's not as easy as picking a court up and setting it up over there and putting some bleachers. There's a lot of logistics that go into it, and we are very aware of that and respectful of that. So It's a special day, not just for our basketball program, but I think it's special for our whole university and our community.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.